Remember the radius is half of the circle, and that's what we're given here. So to find the area of this circle, I'm going to take 3.14, which is pi. I'm going to take my radius and square it. I can do 3 squared in my head. You should be able to do that too. Then go to your calculator. Use your calculator, set the problem up, but use your calculator and do the arithmetic. 3.14 times 9 is 28 and 26 hundredths. That is the area of the top surface. What do we need to do to find the volume then once we find the area?
Divide by 2.
Times it by its height. We found the area. We're going to take it times the height. The height is 20. So I'm taking my area times my height of 20. Again, just using the calculator. Keep it simple.
565,
Very good. You got your calculator rolling, huh? And how do we label volume? In what unit? 3, the cubed. 565 and 2/10 meters cubed. Okay, so volume, area times height, just like we've been doing. Volume of a cylinder, area times height. Have that written down in your notes? Volume of a cylinder, area times height. That's the easy part of today's lesson. Find the area of a circle, take it times the height.
What lesson is this?
73. Okay. Surface area. What is surface area? Not how you find it, but what is surface area?
The area of the surface.
The area of the surfaces. Okay, good, Dawson. Surface area of this strangely shaped thing. You'll want to see this to be able to get it. You'll remember it once you see it, Mr. Caleb, but you want to see it first. Okay? How many surfaces are there on a cylinder?
2, 3.
We have top and bottom, and then you have this space here that we call the lateral surface area. Lateral means vertical to me. I believe that's what it is. So we have this lateral surface area that's all together. There's not one specific part. Okay? It's all together. So we have 3 different areas we're going to have to find on this. Can you find the area of a circle?
Yes.
Yes, you can find the area of a circle, so I don't need to worry about that, do I? Can we find the area of a circle on the bottom? Yes, so we don't need to worry about that, do we? Now we have this. This is the cool part. Right? To find the lateral surface area of this, I'm going to cut this with my fingers, and I'm going to open it up and see what shape it gives me. It gives me a rectangle, doesn't it? I told you you'd like it. Okay, so it's a rectangle. How do we find the area of a rectangle? Length times width. So we have, and I'm going to say base times height for this one. We have the base, and we have the height. The height is the height of the cylinder. No big deal. But what is the base? Okay, the base. What is the base when I put it back together? Okay, right?
It's like, has to do with the circle.
It does. What part?
Area, then the circumference.
The circumference. Very good. The circumference is your base. Yes?
Yeah.
Circumference is base. So to find, Mariah, the surface area, this lateral surface area, you're going to take your base, which is circumference, times the height. Okay. Let's write this down in your notes. Surface area is the sum of all the areas. We did that. And then we have 2 circles and the lateral surface area. Write this down. LSA. Lateral surface area I'm going to do it write it two ways. Perimeter times height, because isn't the perimeter of the circle the circumference? Okay. But I will also write or circumference times height. Lateral surface area is perimeter times height or circumference times height, depending on the figure you're working with. If we're working with a cylinder, we're going to use circumference times height. So let's find the surface area. We can cheat on this one, and it's really not cheating because we already did the work. But didn't our last problem have a cylinder with a circle that had a radius of 3 on top?
It was
And what did the area of that end up being?
28.26.
So we okay with that if I just take 28 2600ths over?
Yep.
Because I found the area, pi r squared. So this is 28 and 2600ths. So I'm going to write that down. So I have my top, I'm going to have my bottom, and then my lateral surface area. I'm going to add those all together. So the top is 28 and 3600ths. What's the bottom going to be?
Same thing.
Same thing. Whatever the area of the cylinder is on top, the base is going to be the same, or the bottom is going to be the same. So 28 and 3600ths. Now we just need to find the lateral surface area. Just the lateral surface area. Lateral surface area, we've written down here, circumference times height, so I need to find the circumference of this circle. Pi d pi r squared. Which one is circumference? Pi d. So I'm going to take this up here, 3.14, and the diameter of my circle, Kate, is what? What's the diameter? I need my diameter. The radius is 3. The diameter would be, don't square it. If you take 2 3s, put those together, that's 6. So the diameter is 6. So 3.14
18.
times 6.
18 and 8400.
Dawson tells me that's 18 and 8400ths, so I'm going to go with that. That's the circumference. And what do we need to do to the circumference? Now we need to take it
Times height.
times the height. So circumference and height. The height is 20. And what did you get on that?
376.8.
376 and 8/10. That is the surface area. Here's your 20. And your circumference is your diameter times pi, which was the 18 and 8400ths. So we open that up, that's your base. Okay. Then we add them together, 376 and 8/10. Have you done that? Math calculator man?
I have a question.
Just a minute, let me get this total, then I'll get back to you.
Okay, what?
Have you added those three?
Oh, no.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead, Chris. Add them together now.
28.36.
How did we get 28.36 from the previous problem? We did area, so that would be 3.14 times the radius, which is 3, and we square that. 3 squared is 9. 9 times 3.14 is,
I thought it was 28.26.
was it 2.6? Okay, if that's all that we're worried about, we can make that adjustment. My fault. Good call. And when we add those all together, Dawson,
$3,433.
adding them together,
That was
I think you forgot a decimal somewhere. Check that out.
oh
433.32,
yeah.
433 and 32 hundredths. How do we label this? We're looking for surface area. So Alyssa, how do we measure area? What dimension? Didn't think you were actually asleep in the session. We label our answer as meters. We're doing area squared. Surface area. Volume we just did is cube. Okay. Now we've taken quite a bit of time to show and explain the volume and the surface area. I've got another couple problems. We're just going to do them boom boom. Okay, rather than taking a long time discussing it. We already talked about this. Lateral surface area is the perimeter times height or the circumference times height. We've already done that, so I'm not going to, I should have had that slide before the last problem. Let's do this. Find volume and surface area. When I'm finding both, I know I need my pi d and my pi r squared. Pi d is circumference. Pi r squared is area. Start with volume. In your notes, volume is what? What's your notes say volume is? Maybe write it in your notes. Area times height. Thank you. So we need to find the area of the circle. That's what we're doing here. 3.14. 3.14. The radius on this circle is 2. Square that. 3.14 times 4. And then you're sure welcome to use a calculator at this point. 12.56?
Yep.
12 and 56 hundredths? Okay. Following me on that, Chris? So there's your area of the circle. Now we're going to take it times the height of 5. 30, 28, 62.8. We're measuring volume, so it's going to be inches, volume, cube. That's volume. Okay, real basic, real to the point. Fortunately, we can take part of this information when finding our surface area. The top and bottom we've already found. That's 12.56. We found the area of the circle to find the volume, and so we're going to use that amount, 12 and 56 hundredths, 12 and 56 hundredths. Now we just need the lateral surface area. And then over here I'm going to write lateral surface area is circumference times height. So I need the circumference of the circle. That's this formula. So 3.14 times Kate. If the radius is 2, what's the diameter?
4.
Very good. Times 4. And it's coincidental, kids. Doesn't work this way every time. It's just coincidental that the circumference is the same as my area. That doesn't happen except for on a circle that has a radius of 2. That's the only time. Okay, this is my circumference. So now I need to take it times my height. 12.56 times 5. And what'd you get on that? 72.8? 62? I can't hear anything. I heard 72 and 62. You were right. 62.8.
I'll just think of it without there.
Good point.
87 and 92.
What did you get?
87 and 9200.
87 and 92 hundredths. We're labeling surface area in inches,
Yeah.
surface area squared. Okay, this problem, I'm going to be honest with you on it. This problem right here, these types of problems require the most work of any of the problems you'll have to do. So to get through it, you just have to flat out buckle down, make a decision you're going to do it, and try to do it. Most of the time they're going to say find the volume and the surface area. And they're lengthy, but if you can do that, you can do anything else that we're going to do this year. And we'll have accomplished quite a bit. Right? Good job of listening. Appreciate that very much. Problem set 73, 1 through 30. Due Tuesday. We haven't had an assignment in. I had an assignment, I guess, last Wednesday.
Oh, I had that.
We had one last week.
Right now.
So, you do have a seminar today. Girls, you have test prep, and we'll have some time in there because we can't go to the computer lab.
What? Who's are you done with it?
Work on your own, please.
I'm done with mine. Oh, with the
Will you?
Yeah.
Grab a book and you have a book. Good. I'll let that happen